As we celebrate the 45th anniversary of the African Latino Club at Ithaca High, our theme this year surrounds a West African symbol, a dinkrahini. A dinkrahini represents greatness, charisma, and leadership. We are going to hear from 4 of our graduating seniors that exhibit these qualities as they share their experiences and reflections of being a part of the African Latino Club.
Hi, I'm Jackie Richardson, and I am an advisor to African Latino Club 2013. When I first came to this high school, Mr. Lee and Miss Salisbury, Miss Dean, Miss Williams, there were a whole bunch of staff members that worked here, and they all were part of this club. And I remember it being a wonderful support for our students.
My name is Lynn Salisbury, and I have been co-advisor of the African Latino Club for 20 plus years. I took over from Millie Maynard Clark many years ago. At that point, Millie and Mr. Oscar Salisbury were advisors, and Mr. Lee and I formed a pack because we decided we needed each other to be able to work with the students.
The club is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. It started in 1968, and it's come a long way. And we can perhaps recall in 1968 the various social issues, political issues of that time, and the students were motivated, were inspired to create an organization, where they can feel a sense of place and identity and sort of cultural and political relevance, a place where they can come together and fellowship and to support each other.
Aaliyah, you joined the Ithaca High School community 2 years ago. Talk about why you decided to join the African Latino Club.
I joined African Latino Club because I really liked the idea of being surrounded by people of a similar culture and background. And I had heard that it was just a really open environment to talk about issues and problems that we all face. And it was that and so much more at the first meeting. It was just people that you wouldn't have normally met in the school, hanging out and talking in such an open and warming environment.
We start each meeting with our drumbeat, what's happening in the world, what's happening in the community, what's happening in the building that every one of us should know. There's nothing that we won't discuss.
When I first joined the club, I was really shy, even though you couldn't really tell. And I'm also pretty soft-spoken a lot of the time. And being in the club and becoming president of it really helps me to speak up more, because I used to think my ideas were really stupid, but I've realized that they actually have some merit. So I developed that, and this is the second year that I'm co-president, and it's really helped me listen to other people, because the first year I was really about leading, and this year I've developed my listening skills more.
We've taken countless students on what we call our college tour, our G. Alex Galvin College Tour, which introduces many of our students to the HBCU, the Historically Black College and University experience. Our kids live in an area where they are always in the minority, and we take them where they're in the majority. It really opens their eyes, and that's our job, and that's what we want to do.
And this is still a club of support, academic support, kindred spirits, people coming together to talk about issues and the concerns that matter the most to them. And it is and continues to be a community.
So Imani, talk to us a little bit about what it's meant for you to be a part of the African Latino Club here at Ithaca High School.
Well, to me, it's been like being part of a family of friends. African Latino Club is always a great place to come and hang out and socialize. We always try and help each other out with whatever issues we might have. Someone has a problem, we come, he can talk about it at the club during our drum beater, when we exchange different things that happen to us during the week.
We emphasize the college experience and what you're going to do with the rest of your life.
We
took a trip to New York City and we went to a college fair, and doing that actually opened my eyes to a lot of different opportunities, and I'm very thankful for that.
Through the African Latino Club Association and these projects and initiatives, we probably have provided more students college-related experiences than any organization in the community and perhaps the whole region.
Now as 2013 advisor, and many of the staff members that were present and so active, and Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee, and as I said, Mrs. Salisbury, who have been so dedicated to this club, and Mrs. Dean, many of them have retired, not Mrs. Dean, of course, but they are still participating.
I've been involved for the last 20 years, but there are others, Ms. Millie Maynard, Mr. Oscar Salisbury, Eve Murphy, and others, and we hope to continue the legacy. This is also a kind of changing of the guard, so to speak. Ms. Richardson is assuming leadership of the organization. We're kind of in support these days. Since I retired from full-time service a few years ago, I've continued to show up as much as I can on Thursdays, and have been involved with planning and also organizing many of the activities, and continue to support her.